I'm Ryan, and I work with my partner Wilson to talk about the story The Birthmark. And I'm in charge of the central themes and literal devices. So let's go through the central themes at first. The most important themes in the story is that the imperfectibility of humanity and the fall of perfectionism. In this story, the most important symbolism is that the hand-shaped birthmarks on Georgiana's face, and this represents the human's imperfection and mortality itself. However, Alan's, which is the male character's quest, is to remove the birthmark, and it is the symbolism to attempt to reject natural design and creative flawless. So, in the end, the tragedy and is that the price of going against nature, which is Georgiana dead. And the second central theme is that women are despised in the society at that time. Georgiana is reduced from a person to a project. Alan does not love her. He only loves the ideal Georgiana, which is the perfect one without the birthmark. Her birthmark becomes the sole focus of his attention, eclipses her entire being. At the middle, she tries to fight against Elmer and says that either remove the dreadful heads or take my life. However, her thoughts are totally ignored by Elmer because Elmer is very crazy about remove her birthmark. So this is a sharp critic of the patriarchal desire to mold women to an impossible standard. And then let's go to the key literal devices. And I list 3 of them. The first one is symbolism. As we all know from the title, the most important symbol is the birth. It represents humans' imperfection, mortality, and natural claims on humanity. And it is also the key of the story. The story is all about the birthmark. The second symbolism is that the laboratory, which is also important because it represents the part of unnatural. It is a place with dazzling illusion, but it is also very dangerous because it removes Georgiana's life. And the second one is about irony. There are 2 kinds of irony in this story. Situational irony, which is Elmer succeeds in removing the mark but kills his wife in the process, achieving perfection only in death. His greatest scientific way is his ultimate human failure. And the second one is dramatic irony. The reader, for example, us, can know Georgiana's death from the dying plants and Georgiana's dreams. So this is the other kinds of irony. The third literal devices is that the foreshadowing. The foreshadowing in the story is that Georgiana's dreams of Elmer cutting in her heart signals that the lethal danger of the experiment. And also, the rapid death of plants is also similar to Georgiana's fate.
Hello everyone, my name is Willson, and at this point I'm going to talk about the main idea and symbolization and also analyze the character and the birthmark. And first, the main idea is the story teaches us that imperfection is part of being a human and trying to escape the nature often lead to destruction. And moving on to the symbolism, the first symbol is the birthmark. The birthmark is the most important symbol in the story. It represents human imperfection. Although it is small and almost everyone finds it charming, Elmer sees it as a terrible flaw. And the author used this symbol to show that all human are imperfect and flaw making us nature and real, and trying to change that will lead to dangers. And in fact, that the mark is shaped like small hands make it even clearer that it is nature's hand. A reminder that humans belong to nature and cannot escape it. And the next symbol is Elmer Laboratory. Elmer Lab represents cold scientific ambition. Inside the lab, everything is artificial, and it is like opposite to the nature behavior for, and opposite of Georgina warmth and life. So the laboratory symbolized that Elmer believed that science can control everything. So at this point, it's kind of contrary to nature and the things ongoing, and also it symbolized his domain, his desire to domain the nature, and also the growing obsession with perfection. And the third symbol is the potion. The potion represents Elmer overconfidence in science. He believed that formula can fix Georgina and make her perfect. But however, it represents a dangerous idea. When humans try to force perfection, they can destroy what they love. So moving on to character analysis. So there's two main characters, Elmer and Georgina. Elmer is a scientist who is brilliant, idealistic, and great ambition. But his obsession reveals his pride, and he believes that science gives him godlike powers. Though in the story there are no protagonists or antagonists, so Elmer is not evil, but his pride leads to a bad ending. And the next character, Georgina, she is loyal and eager to please. It shows in the text that she will do everything, though will lead her to death to Elmer. So she eventually accepts Elmer's plan, because she loves him and wants to match his impossible expectation. Her death shows that perfection costs more than it gives. And the conclusion is, the author just wants to show that nature has limits that humans should respect. And so the story warns us, if we cannot accept human flaws, we risk destroying the things we care about most. Thank you.